G'day and welcome back. As you've seen, we've progressed with our platform floor brick veneer building. We've got the platform floor constructed. We've now got the walls in, the trusses and the roof tiles are on. So now we're ready to actually continue with our brick veneer. So when we left our brickwork, we had the ant cap in place ready to go. The next step is the bricklayer is going to lay a couple of more courses of brickwork to get it up into the vicinity of our bottom plate, and then we need, or the bricklayer will actually install some vermin wire. So what that does, it closes the gap between the brickwork and the timber frame, so if you were to get vermin in under the house, mice, rats or whatever, they can't come up the cavity and into our wall frame. So we need to put that in. Pretty important step. We should also put isolation on before we get the brickwork up, and of course we have to install all our windows and door frames so our bricklayers can lay to that. Okay, make sure our flashing's in, ready for the bricklayer. Right, the next thing, as the bricklayer lays his wall, he's going to start to put in veneer ties so that the actual brickwork is tied to the timber frame. So these are actually there to hold the brickwork to the timber frame. As I've said in previous videos, these have to be sloped downwards to the brickwork, so the back end here has to be higher than the front end, so that if any water was to try and cross the cavity, it would be forced back towards the brickwork. And they go in every fourth course and no closer than 2 courses to the top. So the bricklayer will lay those as he goes, or put them in as he goes, but it's just to show you how often they go in, and on every stud. So every stud has a veneer tie on it. So then the bricklayer is going to lay the rest of the wall up to the height that you give them, which is known as the drop off, which should be approximately level with the groove in your fascia, and in this case it's the height of the top of the windows as well. We're going to have our eave come directly over the top of the window, and as he goes up he'll bed the sill flashing into the brickwork, and once he's done all the brickwork he'll then come back and lay the sills. Right, has to make sure that this rubber seal that's attached to the window is sitting on top of the sill. And then once he's done that, once his brickwork's up, we can put in our soffit frame or our eave frame to put our eaves in, put our soffit lining in, cover that up with some sort of moulding to cover up that gap and allow for the shrinkage of the frame. Then we can go inside and put in our plasterboard, obviously once all the electrical and the plumbing roughing's been done, our ceiling lining, our cornice, put our architrave around our windows and doors, put in our skirting, and we're done. So there is our section through a platform floor brick veneer dwelling.